this is Andy Picken from Man Beast Strongman Events, and of course we're 2 days out from Yorkshire's Strongest Man and Man Beast Yorkshire's Strongest Woman. That'll be held on Saturday the 27th of July at Lakeside Shopping Village in the city of Doncaster. So this will be the second year we've run this competition at Doncaster. We moved it from Rotherham. It had been there around about 7 years. So the aim of this is to grow the competition. It's a regional competition. It's a heavy competition, as well as I'll go through some of the events, and also go through some of the weights, and also some of the athletes. So I always say, who's the person to watch? There's some of the athletes here that I haven't seen perform before. I've seen the training videos, and look, anybody can come on the day and really turn up and have a good day. But I think it's fair to say that Tom Holland, who came second in the Opens last year, he's going to be a real threat. I mean, his training videos look immense. I think the events suit him. From what I saw last year, he was extremely explosive on the events as well. Quite a fast-moving athlete. So I fancy Tom Holland to be a real threat for that first place. Of course, Scott Moore won it last year. He's not defending his title this year, so that does leave it wide open. The events have changed from last year as well. So we have the van deadlift for reps here. We've got a bar. So I'll just go through some of the events here. Let's not forget the strong women as well. So this is the first time we've run a Yorkshire Strongest Woman competition here. We had a lot of clashes at this time of year with athletes. We had 10 or 9 or 10 signed up for that. We've had around about 6 or 7 dropouts on that. So all credits to everybody that stepped up here. Lily Gaskell, Libby Louise as well, and of course Michaela Pearson. Big respect to those three making this competition happen. So they're just going to battle out first place between themselves, and I think it'll be really interesting. So event one, we've got the Axel. Just to give you weights here, so the novice section of the men's there, 100 kilo, the Opens 140 kilo, and the women's 80 kilo. So that'll be Axel, that'll be overhead. Event two, we've got yoke longest distance, almost like a frame that goes over the back of the shoulders for those that don't know, loaded up with some immense weight here. So novice 240 kilo, you can see the weight, so that's well over 35 stone plus. We've got opens at 300 kilo, that's an immense weight again. That'll be done for the longest distance, and we've got women at 180 kilo. So it's timed, longest distance in 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes, straight into sandbag carry. Now, never underestimate the sandbags. We're used to seeing these massive implements, cars deadlifted, trucks pulled in strongman, and the sandbag doesn't maybe it doesn't give the visual impression of how heavy it is. We're going to let the crowd have a go at lifting some of these up within reason, or just have a little lift of one side of it, because these are extremely heavy. The sag as well, when you lift them, they drag the body down as you're carrying them in front of you, close to your chest. So this is a hard one. Do not underestimate it. So we're looking at 100 kilo backwards and forwards over 20 meters. So it's a 1 minute timed run, so they'll have to go as fast as they can. So 100 kilos for the novice, 140 kilo in weight for the men, and 80 kilo for the women. So that is a heavy event, and it's going to tire them out as well. It's a challenging competition for a reason. It's a regional competition. I've had some feedback of different promoters saying that's a heavy comp. But so it should be, and they've agreed that actually, there's a pathway in from your city and your town champions into a county competition. It should be heavy. So event 4, deadlifts. Of course, deadlifts so popular. All fans know about deadlifts now. Got the deadlift show in Las Vegas that Giants Live are running as well. And of course, it's not as heavy as that, but these are still heavy weights, I can tell you now. So deadlift for rep in 60 seconds, so that really gasses you out when you're talking about moving things like 240 kilo weight for the novice. We've got opens at 300 kilo. Remember, this is for reps as well, so that is a big weight off the floor. And women's, we're looking at probably around about 180 kilo in weight there. So these are heavy weights. Going into event 5, so there's 5 events that make up Yorkshire's Strongest Man. Sandbag again. So the sandbags over the yoke, so sort of height and frame for as many times as you can. In a minute, they'll be running around from side to side, backwards and forwards. And it's as many times as they can lift that weight over that bar in 1 minute. So novice got 100 kilo again. Opens, we've got 140 kilo sandbag and 80 kilo for the women. So these are fast events, they're entertaining. And as always, don't underestimate your support if you're coming down to watch. Shout your favourite athletes on. There'll be chances for meet and greets, photographs. We know that's always popular at our shows as well. But do make some noise, because it creates a great atmosphere. It's a free show to watch as well. So if you're in the area and you enjoy watching World's Strongest Man on TV, come and see it. Let's come and see it live. For those that are not coming down live, there will be a live stream as well. We'll share that on the Facebook and Instagram page as well. That's by IMP, Imstream, if you like. They'll have a bit of a commentary team on as well, and there'll be video in the events as well. So if you want to tune in live, if you know any of the athletes that compete in, family, friends, and you want to tune in, that's completely free as well. It's part of making this sport accessible. Big shout out to the hosts, which is Lakeside Shopping Village, been brilliant to work with. We ran it there last year at Lakeside. Really good crowd turned up, even though it was the wettest day of the year in 2023. But just a really, really good venue to work with. They've been super accommodating, really helped out. They helped with some of the refreshments and food for athletes as well. They just contributed to it being a great day. Also, big shout out to SBD as well. SBD have provided the kit sponsor prizes for the athletes as well, and sent a load of T-shirts down. Big thank you to Willie Slip, commercial director over there, for the crew as well. So that'd be kitted up, and banners, SBD banners. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciated it at this level to be able to do that. So just running through some of the athletes here. So in the women, we've got Michaela Pearson, won Peak District Highland Games, I think 2022. So she's won that. She's been in Masters comp at national level as well. Trains out at Doncaster. She's a really good athlete as well. So it'd be interesting to see how she does on these events. We've got Libby Louise as well. I know she hasn't trained too much, but she's coming into the comp and she's game to give it a go. So all credits there. Libby, and I've seen her compete in the Peak District Highland Games, one of our shows as well. Been really good. And a bit of an unknown with Lily Gaskell as well, who entered through one of our other athletes, Laura Hollywood, who passed that on, and she's coming in. Don't know too much about Lily. I know she's a professional ice skater, so that's really good. Really tall individual as well, so could suit some of the events. We'll see. A bit of an unknown. I like an unknown. So big shout out to the women there, because we had around about 9 or 10 athletes in this category 4 or 5 months ago. A load of competition clashes have meaned drop out of this competition. So these three have stepped up to the mark to battle it between first place for themselves, which I'm really pleased with. So thank you very much for you three there. On to the men. Just looking at the men, I'll just check my spreadsheet here in terms of some of the athletes we've got. So I mentioned Tom Holland. I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to absolutely nailed on to win, but he's definitely a favourite in terms of my eyes. I don't know about the others. There's always injuries and stuff like that to cater for. But we've got Nathan Facey, so he won Opens, League Strongest here. So that'll be an interesting one. I haven't worked with Nathan before. He could just come and steal a show. Who knows? We always like an unknown, but he's got some good titles there underneath his belt, so he could be one to watch here. We've also got Richard Ward, so South Yorkshire's strongest man. He won that, I believe, in Richard Hiley's competition over at Muscle Empire. So his confidence is going to be high there coming in. Don't know much about Richard, so that's going to be an interesting one. I'm just looking at some of the stats here. He's got some really good personal best, including a 165 kilo log. So that's a nice weight to have. So we'll see what he can do there. We've also got Sam Ashton. Sam Ashton, I think, has been recovering from injury, but he's been ultimate strongman. He's operated at national level at England's last year. He also competed at Yorkshire's Strongest Man last year and put in a really good showing. Absolute unit, just short of 6'6", massive guy. So we'll see how he can do. If things come together for him, he could do really well as well in that. I've already mentioned about Tom Holland. I'm not going to go over that again. But Miroslav Polodek, he's Hull's Strongest Man. I think he's won that 3 or 4 times now as well. That city comp. Did compete in Peak District Highland Games last year as well. Really strong competitor. Really good on the vehicle pulls as well. His Miro and the smiling strong man in my opinion, he just loves it. He loves and begins the game. I think he was out in Iceland as well. I'm sure I saw doing various Icelandic stones out there visiting Thorsdrum. So he absolutely loves the sport, and he's always a big threat as well. So I've just run through some of them there. I'm not run through all the athletes, but I've just pulled a few out of my spreadsheet on there. We have also got the novice as well. So we've got Andrew Bainbridge over from Lincoln. He's coming in. He'll probably be the first full sort of strongman comp he's done for a while. Does a lot of vehicle pulls, really good on that as well. He won the event down at Truckfest in Lincoln that we ran in May. So he had a really good turnout there. We'll see what Andy can do. We've also got Jordan Davis. I don't know much about Jordan, so that'll be interesting to see how he does. He's in the novice section of that as well. And we might have another 2 novices coming in that on the day as well that will just enter that we've been speaking to. We'll see if they come down on the day and we'll throw them into that mix as well. So look, the novice title is a good title to have. There'll be an expectation there through the years to move up to the Opens. We did have an under 105 kilo kilo category in. We ran that last year, so that's under around about 16.5 stone. The weighed in on early on the morning wasn't enough to fill that. Now Mark Pearson, again, I think Mark Pearson's an underestimated athlete on his day, super quick. I think the Highland Games shows that he's been on our events have really suited him. I think he's been really good on sort of like the stone carry. So I reckon Mark Pearson's going to be really good with the sandbag stuff as well. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be pretty decent with the deadlifts as well. So I think Pearson stepping up from the under 105. He'll be glad he don't need to weigh in now. You can just stuff as much food in your face as you want, Mark, if you're going to watch this. But I fancy Pearson's going to have a really good crack at this. And if things fall into place for him, these events could really suit them. There's a lot of events where you're timed over a distance. So, running up and down with weight and stuff. The yoke, he's good at the yoke. I've seen him on that before. It should be really interesting. So, look, if you want to know the times, we roughly should be starting the competition around about 11 a.m. for spectators. You're welcome to come down a little bit early if you just want to see us set up and stuff. We'll be there early morning setting up. Live stream should kick in on the first event as well. We're thinking we're probably wrapping up between 3 and 4, the presentation of trophies and stuff like that, and pictures and all the usual stuff. But look, it's going to be an entertaining show. We made this heavy for a reason. We've changed the events from last year as well, mixed it about a bit. And that's what we'll be doing each year. So yeah, if you fancy it, go on YouTube. It's completely free. Go onto IMP stream on there. You can log into the live stream and it'll showcase all the events. We'll be doing regular updates as well on Facebook, Instagram. If you're down there, I always say this, I'll be PAing the event as well. Do tag Man Be Strongman events in Facebook, Instagram, and we will share that. We'd love to see the crowd pictures. Look, let's make it a great show. It's free to watch. We've got some great regional and national athletes in the mix as well to really give it their all. It's up close and personal. You're not in a stadium. You're right next to the little arena that we have at Lakeside Shopping Village. So you're right on top of it. You can see what's happening. We've got the tug of war rope down as well. So we might do a little bit of tug of war with the crowd as well. Kids love that. So yeah, my name's Andy Picken. Just finalising now just the last bits of the show. I'll now see you down there on Saturday, 27th of July. Doncaster, if not, you will see me on the live stream as well. So thank you very much for listening and see you very shortly.